It is another Friday and another JoeLumb movie review. This week, I initially was going to review Batman Forever, but I'm going to save that for later on this year. So instead, I will review Spider Man from 2002. As always, when you're done watching this video, you can check out my movie review playlist. The link is in the upper right hand corner at the start of every video. And at the near end, you can watch my previous movie review episode, as the link is there too. Smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell. And when you see a new video, you can just check it out yourself. Spider-Man is a 2002 action superhero film based on the Marvel comic character of our favorite web slinger and wall crawler. Created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, the movie was directed by Sam Raimi, best known for creating the Evil Dead franchise, and the screenplay was written by David Koepp, the screenplay writer for Jurassic Park and its sequel, The Lost World: Jurassic Park. The story follows a timid teenager, Peter Parker, who gains superhuman abilities after being bitten by a genetically engineered spider. He adopts the masked persona of Spider-Man and begins to fight crime in New York City, where he battles the Green Goblin in the process. The development of a live-action Spider-Man film dates all the way back to 1975. In the early 80s, following a critical and commercial success of Superman, which happens to be a DC Comics superhero, and DC Comics and Marvel Comics are rivals, Marvel was in negotiations to bring one of their primary superhero characters to the big screen. However, the project was in developmental hell for the next 25 years, due to licensing and financial issues. Finally, after a quarter of a century, Columbia Pictures licensed the project. David Koepp was hired to write the screenplay, which was rewritten by Scott Rosenberg and refined by Alvin Sargent. Various directors were considered before they settled on Sam Raimi back in 2000. The filming took place in both Los Angeles, California, and New York City, New York, from January to June of 2001. To make a long plot short, Peter Parker is on a high school field trip at Columbia University with best bud Harry Osborn and love interest Mary Jane Watson. There, Peter gets bitten by a radioactive spider and falls ill after returning home. Meanwhile, Norman Osborn, who is the founder of Oscorp, tests a performance enhancement chemical on himself, which caused him to go insane and kill one of his scientists. The next day, Peter begins to develop spider-like abilities, including enhanced strength, senses, agility, and speed, organic webbing on his wrists, and the ability to cling to walls. He soon uses his abilities to fight crime after his Uncle Ben was killed by a thief one night, and upon graduating from high school, he lands a job at the Daily Bugle, where J. Jonah Jameson hires him as a freelance photographer, since he can provide high-quality images as a Spider-Man. While all of that's going down, Norman sabotages a product test by an Oscorp rival and kills several people. The board of directors decide to oust him and sell Oscorp, so in retaliation, he assassinates them while wearing a disguise. It was Peter's boss, Mr. Jameson, who bestowed the name of the killer by calling him the Green Goblin. Then on Thanksgiving Day, Peter's Aunt May invited Norman, his son Harry, and his girl Mary Jane over for dinner. Norman notices Peter's injury and already came to the conclusion that he is Spider-Man. He later attacks and injures May, who is hospitalized. Peter is not aware of the Green Goblin's true identity, but he can tell he's targeting his loved ones. While at the hospital, Mary Jane confesses his love for Spider-Man, who has rescued her twice, and that made Harry unhappy. So he revealed to his dad that Peter is in love with Mary Jane. So the Green Goblin captures Mary Jane and a train car full of kids. He tells Spider-Man to choose whom to rescue, then drops them both in the Queensboro Bridge. Peter saves everyone and lowers them to safety to a nearby bridge. This led to a confrontation between Spidey and the Goblin. After he revealed to him that he was going to kill Mary Jane, this led to a fight. And just when Norman Osborn admits he is the Green Goblin, he begs Peter for forgiveness. But then Peter's spider senses warns him that He's prepared to kill him with his glider. So Peter dodges the attack, and it's Norman who got impaled by the glider. Before dying, Norman begs Peter not to reveal his identity to his son Harry. At the end of the film, at Norman's funeral, Harry vows to get vengeance on Spider-Man, who blames him for his dad's death. Mary Jane confesses to Peter that she loves him. Peter, however, feels he must protect her from his foes, hides his true feelings, telling her that they can only be friends. As Peter leaves, he is reminded of the words of his late Uncle Ben: "Great power comes with great responsibility." With a budget of $139 million to make, Spider-Man was released in theaters on May 3rd, 2002. The film received positive reviews from critics and audiences alike, praising the direction of Sam Raimi, the story, the visual effects, action sequences, and a musical score. It was the first film to reach $100 million at the box office in a single weekend, as well as the most successful movie based on a comic book of all time, with a worldwide box office gross of $826 million. It was the third highest grossing film of 2002, the highest grossing superhero film, and the sixth highest grossing film overall at the time of its release. The overall rating for this movie is a 95 out of 100. I love the story that they told from beginning to end. Not since Batman from 1989 had a comic book superhero had major commercial success at the box office, and that's with all due respect to the Batman sequel that came afterwards, like Batman Returns in 92, Batman Forever in 95, and Batman and Robin in 97. But Spider-Man outdid Batman in the box office 13 years after the fact. The movie was followed by two sequels, Spider-Man 2 in 2004 and Spider-Man 3 in 2007, both directed by Sam Raimi. Tobey Maguire and Willem Dafoe, who played Spider-Man and the Green Goblin respectively, later reprised their roles in Spider-Man No Way Home in 2021, which explores the concept of the multiverse and links the Sam Raimi trilogy to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This has been JoeLumb's Movie Review.
No,